Okay, well.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick.
So, how you feeling today?
Vibing, you know.
Vibing,
breathing.
Yeah, clearly vibing. What you got?
Hydrated.
You got a nice bucket hat on.
No, don't
protecting your energy.
I don't normally wear bucket hats, but I got this from work for free, so I've just been rocking it.
That's perfectly fine because it looks great.
Thank you, sir.
It looks great. Nice
Thank you for having me.
No problem, bro. You know the vibe. Welcome back to the Match My Energy podcast. I'm Randy. I'm here with.
My name is RJ.
This is going to be a very nice and chill episode. Nothing crazy. Good vibes. Something light for the crowd, you know? You know what I'm saying, bro?
I'm vibing.
All right, bet. All right. So, shit, let's just jump right into it. Because I know you have your own podcast. Mm-hmm. How's that going for you?
So,
we'll start with, like, the name and
the name of my podcast is the 2D over 3D podcast. Okay. It's, right now, it's a bit on pause because we want to reschedule when everyone can kind of make it, because lately it's been like a third of us can't make it nowadays, just because busy with work or whatever. Like our schedules are
literally me right now.
So you get it.
Well, to be fair, I forgot it was so
fair enough.
We don't celebrate holidays around here. So yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that's another topic.
Yeah. Very biblical topic.
Trust me. So we do it on Wednesdays, usually. Couple hours a week, and it's mainly like an anime manga hobby podcast where we kind of talk about like our hot takes about popular anime, popular manga, go into like deep literature talk and like connect it to real life stuff. We're big One Piece fans. Mm-hmm.
As anyone should be.
I agree. It started off as a joke just because the picture is literally my friend holding up a 2D over 3D sign in his graduation photo.
Bruh.
And then he wore like an anime shirt on stage with the gown like open. It was the funniest shit ever.
Okay.
My boy Ankit's like so funny, and he's the inspiration behind like all the photo and creative stuff.
No, that's it.
But yeah, we're on hold for now. It's on Spotify. At least the first season is on Spotify. We have like 2 or 3 seasons of content already made, but only one season of it is already on Spotify at 2D over 3D podcast.
Okay.
Plug.
I like that. No, facts. No. See, when I have this platform, it's like I want people to plug themselves. Pause.
It's in my hat too, sir.
So, like, it's just like opportunities. So I want people like to come here. They have the opportunity to, shout themselves out. They have a business. Shout out your business. Podcast. Shout out your podcast. Anything that you do that's like meaningful to you, where you need a little bit more support. Drop your your whatever you need to do.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
So I go by, I used to make gaming content for a while at HidenLotus on all socials, and then I've now transitioned to, I went to school for design, and I wanted to be a gaming content creator, but I think after trying it for like a couple years, admittedly I didn't give it 100% effort. I've given, because I wanted to be better at the game than posting content, so I didn't post content as much as I was playing. And I think that's why I don't enjoy doing it anymore, is because I just wanted to be good at the game. I didn't want to be good at making videos. So I've transitioned now to just do art. So now I go by Lotus XCIV or Lotus 94, which that's my art account. So I post I'm basically starting the art journey, and I posted one digital paint to one digital paint job to kind of spark it, and now I'm just trying to grind. So hopefully in like a year or two, I'm like a full-time artist.
No, that'd be good. Your occupation, you deal with art for your occupation?
I'm a graphic designer right now, in Vaughan, Ontario.
That is wild. For me personally, I think Vaughan is like a whole other country. I never go, 1, and 2 is like
it's popping.
Really?
It's in terms of like jobs and like people like what's the I'm blanking on the term, industrialism and urbanism, and like it's popping.
Really?
It's busy. It is a busy city. Wow. Or part of the city. It's busy.
That is.
I used to work for a custom garage company over there, and then I went back to bartending for a year, that's where I met you. And now I'm being a graphic designer in Vaughan again, but it's on the other side of Vaughan. So I'm instead of being half an hour or an hour away from home, I'm now 25-minute drive. Damn. So it's chill.
Damn, because like for me to get to Vaughan, that's the biggest mission.
Because I live right next to the 401. Exactly. I just do 401, 427. And then
And it still takes 25 minutes to get there?
in the morning, yeah, and then even less or even the same at coming home. Because I'm right next to 427 South, so I get on it and I'm good.
Yeah, no, that's going to take me like, what?
Yeah, for you, it's a long time.
That's going to like
because you're deeper
minutes.
into Saga.
Yeah. Like 45 minutes to an hour probably to get there because, yo, that's a mission.
No, I love where I live. It's got literally everything I need. I'm blessed.
No, that's perfect. Though. What the heck? That's kind of like me because like every job that I've had, it's always had a central location for me. So like when I went to Sheridan College, I worked on campus. I worked at the place that I'm at in the mall because I'm not dropping names, and then I would go to the gym to the YMCA. It's all in one little package on the same street, basically. And it's the same thing for when I go down to Port Credit. I would either go down Port Credit to work at one of the bars, or I would go to Port Credit to get on the GO train, and then get to another bar in Toronto to work at, or restaurant to work at in Toronto.
You're hopping around a lot.
Basically, but like there's central locations for me, you know. So like, square one, there's like 3 things I would do when I had to go to the gym at the time there: Port Credit, train, or work on the strip. So everywhere I went, it was always like there's always things in that area where I would need or use or utilize, just to like it just makes my life better.
Where do you prefer working?
Right now?
Yeah. Do you prefer Port Credit? Do you prefer downtown?
See, Port Credit is nice because it's close to home. Downtown is great because you can network and there's more possibilities out there. Saga is a lot harder to network around here because like there's a lot of kids. One, there's not a lot of like grown people around here, and it's just it can get annoying. It can get annoying at times.
I hear you.
Toronto is like I have to find the right character to mesh with the right individual so I can spark the correct conversation with an individual that can benefit me in my future. I kind of like that.
So more work, but more reward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then tips.
As we both know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just being, well, you know.
Service industry.
I'm retired from that now, but.
That's fair, but you understand the vibe.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, I was a bartender for like, what, 8 or 9 years or something?
Yeah.
So I can make you drink.
Shit, that's going to be me. I have my smart serve now. So.
Hey, man. It's fun.
I can start bartending, you know. Hopefully start chatting up people and all that.
I think my biggest thing is like I never bothered. I would only talking to a lot of servers and talking to a lot of bartenders. I would not pay attention to my tips until the end of the night.
Really?
Because every time you look at a receipt and you look at that's just my advice to like people who want to get into it.
Yeah.
Just because I hear so many people and see so much disappointment on people's faces when they like look at a tip and they're like, man, this person didn't tip me, like, and then their mood's gone for like the rest of the day.
So just don't look at it.
Right. That's my advice.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with thinking like looking at it. However, my inner peace is important to me.
No, of course.
So I don't care until the end.
That's why I see a lot of like moods fluctuate when I'm there. Like,
someone's
like high on energy, a couple hours later, like I don't even want to be here.
Okay, it's different if like when it was that one time me and who else, other person that was on bar. I just want to drop any names.
Yeah.
It was a $500 tip or $500 bill with no tip, and then they came back half an hour later asking for shots, and we kicked them out because they were being shitheads.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So.
And my other bartender cussed them out, and I was like, "Amen." Because I was
$500. That's okay.
So that's when I'll get upset. But like if it's like an $80 bill, and granted it's because we have a wage on top of getting tips. Yeah. That's why I don't care as much.
Yeah.
If we were in the States, it'd be different because they get taxed on their tips.
Right.
Way harder than we do.
Right.
Because their credit card goes on their paycheck. Like the credit card tips, because if people have to write it down, that gets taxed on their paycheck. Whereas ours, we don't. Like, we just take it at the end of the night. Right? So, so I understand for them. That's fine. But for us, man, when I went to Mexico last May, I made so much money the day before that it paid for most of my trip.
Oh, wow.
Because I just don't care. I'm just going to go to the next person serve,
That's how it's supposed to be, no?
And the tipping is a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of your service. It's a reflection of them and them as people. It's not about if the service was bad or good, in my opinion.
You can persuade them with your character, but that's the furthest you can go.
Absolutely. And again, like it's not that I made a shit ton. I just, I was there to make you a good drink, and that was it.
Yeah.
I just don't think about it.
Right. That kind of makes more sense, to be honest, because, like, if you're constantly looking, that means you're begging, no?
Yes and no. Because, like, some people like try really really hard to give good service and then
Right.
they don't get tipped and then they feel like they got cheated.
But it's not always their fault. It could be the person. Like, what if they're just broke or they just didn't want to?
You know what? If there's a whole,
It's a little different for the $500 thing.
I think it's getting more. How do I put this? The problem is now getting tipped, and you should like first of all because our economy is so fucked right now.
Yeah.
People should morally should be tipping more,
Mm-hmm.
18 to 20 maybe.
But it's
Right.
unrealistic.
But it's unrealistic because no one makes enough money to. But then it's like, okay, then don't go out. It's like, okay, then how are you gonna make money?
Yeah,
It's a cycle, right? And it just sucks. It's not fun because no one is wrong in that situation.
No.
And no one is right in that situation.
No, exactly.
Because you shouldn't expect students or
That's the last thing you would expect.
right. However, there is this, it's just a cycle. Like, oh, then don't go out. Okay, well then how are they gonna like
Enjoy themselves.
and how are you gonna make money?
Exactly.
Right.
I get it. It's just like you can't expect it all the time. You just be grateful.
So I don't care if they give me $5. I get $5. Like,
Yeah.
my food, like my dinners were paid for, my lunches were paid for. Like
Maybe
cool
it's a
with
little
food.
different for women that serve because like they do more, so they expect a little bit.
They also get harassed more, so
absolutely. So
I
it
fully
makes
understand
sense.
when they absolutely.
Yeah.
Them it's fine. I'm cool. I don't get harassed. I don't get. In terms of like having customer or guest interaction, I've been harassed very little. So
Like, don't even get it twisted though. Like, I know, like, if I was the bartender or serve or anything, like, I would
No one's
try
gonna
to
fuck
give
with you.
them. Well, yeah, but like, I would at least try to give them like a nice like experience.
I always do. Always
You know,
try.
like
I always try.
I like to crack jokes. I like to like if it's the like I'm kind of good at reading people. Like I kind of understand their energies, which is why the show is called. Like,
Segue. Segue.
But like,
That's the name of the song. You just have like an edit where it's like match your energy.
yeah.
SpongeBob.
But like, I'm kind of good at understanding it, which is why like when I'm like securing or like being a bouncer or anything at the front door, that's like, it's easy.
Mm.
You know, like it's easy for me. Like, I won't get it right all the time. I don't expect to, but like I'm good at like understanding. Like this is this
Body
kind
language,
of person.
how they talk, how they think.
Exactly. Like that's the rundown. Literally, body language, how they talk, how they're standing, like how they're chatting with their friends versus how they chat with like a significant other or by themselves, whatever. Like I'm paying attention to all that shit. So if I was a bartender serve, like I bring that to like the whole customer experience.
Yeah, and you get good. It eventually becomes second nature. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
You learn how to do
it's already second nature for me, so I have no problems with like for other people trying to understand. Like you just gotta keep going at it. Like a lot of time when it comes to character, judging character, it's trial and error, and the more you do it, the more you understand. So,
certain people definitely fit into bubbles. Eventually.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and there's multiple bubbles out there that people fit into. So
Absolutely.
you just gotta be prepared for that. So I feel like I'm prepared for that. And knowing me, like especially me, if I was bartending and you play the right music,
Oh, it's a vibe.
that's exactly
It's a
because
vibe.
it's already a vibe when like I'm on the outside of the bar, because I'm already dancing and shit. But me on the inside of the bar, I'm pouring drinks and I'm dancing and I'm vibing to like the songs that are playing and shit. That's a win-win scenario.
I agree.
So like I know like it's gonna be like hard at first because like remembering everything is not easy.
I learned best by like
Doing.
yeah, pretty much because like you can remember all the recipes and that's great.
Yeah.
And if you learn all the recipes, that's amazing, which is what you should do. But
Yeah.
then getting into like every bar is layout is different.
Yeah.
So even though I knew everything, my brain was like focused on placement. Like where's the Malibu? Like where's the what I mean?
And then you start to forget naturally.
Exactly, because
So-
your mind is trying to focus on two things at once and just
Exactly. It just like
So
cancels out.
Yeah. So yes, you can learn the recipes, but man, like it's just so much easier when you know. So like when I went in when I was the last bar I worked at
Yeah.
when I met you,
Yeah.
it was I went there for a trial and
Yeah.
like technically that's like illegal in a sense, right? But
Right.
I didn't care because if I was gonna be there for a year, I need to know the layout and the better like I hit the ground running, the better,
Yeah.
right? Especially in a busy bar, because
Mhm.
that bar wasn't always like this bar's not quiet. Let's be honest, it's not
Yeah.
quiet, right?
No.
It gets pretty busy.
Yeah.
So I went in there for like a 4-hour pre-shift
Yeah.
just to learn where everything was.
Yeah.
And then when I actually had my first shift, I hit the ground running.
Right.
Sure,
That's-
it's like
that's-
illegal and I should have been paid, but like, man, I didn't care. I needed a job.
It kind of makes sense though, cause like, how you gonna understand? You can't just start your shift and just know.
Correct. I was also late for my first shift.
Gotcha.
Because here Ontario was packed.
Yo, listen, here Ontario Street right now is the worst fucking street in Mississauga.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Eglinton.
Bro, the worst was when... So I went to store one to buy new shoes, which ended up not being shoes for work. They were so bad for work. Right. They're good for like just, like something like this, but they're black Pumas. They look pretty good. They're just natural, like whatever. And then I didn't know. So I took here Ontario and I was late. And I was like, okay, I'm not taking here Ontario again because I didn't know it was under construction. Yeah. And then I started taking Cawthorpe. Then that started getting under construction.
Yeah, no.
I take it home because it's easier because no one's on the road.
Because the problem for you is like you live on like so East End, right? Mm-hmm. Going towards Etobicoke. So
I just take Dixie now. Or I used to just take Dixie. Yeah. And then when I left the bar, that's when construction hit. And I was like, okay, thank God I left. Yeah. Because I'd be so mad.
So like because you live on like the east side, it's hard. West side, for me personally, if I was to go to Port Credit and there's construction on here Ontario and I don't want to drive down it, I'll go to Mississauga Road. Mm. Drive all the way down Mississauga Road and get to Lakeshore, turn left on Lakeshore, and just go straight.
Yeah, I didn't have the luxury.
Nah, because you're on East End, right?
Well, it took so even though it was technically closer, than the bar I used to when I worked at the VIP. Yeah. I didn't have a highway. Okay. So it still took the same amount of time. Okay. So it still took me half an hour to get to work, which was fine.
Even if you took the highway, it's like you get to here Ontario and then you're stuck in that fucking...
Exactly. So what's the point? I might as well just take Dixie.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fucked.
It is what it is.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Now you know. Let's talk about that one topic you bring up about America.
The culture.
Yeah. You want to lead it?
Yeah. So my friend got back from. He's one of my best friends. He got back from Dominican on vacation, and we had a conversation. He's like, "Bro, the culture here is so much more like interconnected, and they're more communal, and they vibe so much better with each other. Also, the weather's better." And then he came back. It was when the forest fires or the Quebec forest fires happened. So it was just smoky as shit, and he was coughing outside because it's so smoky. And we had a conversation about like how yes, it is Toronto is a multicultural city, and like we preach multiculturalism and all that stuff, but we're not actually like not a lot of us comparatively to other cities in other countries in the world, we're not together as much as we should be. Considering like I made a connection to how in high school we had this thing called Multifest, where you would gather with everyone who shared your ethnicity.
That's just like my high school and the International Bazaar. International Bazaar at Woodlands was the illest shit. I don't care what anyone says.
You guys bring food?
And you bring food.
Yeah, you bring exactly. Yeah. That was lit. That was so lit. Because you got to try a bunch of different cultures.
Exactly. Do they still do that shit?
I don't know. I haven't checked on my.
I want to ask one of the teachers there that still remember me. And actually see if they do it, because that's like that event really changed the school year.
It was way more like.
It made it so much fun. Yeah. And the effort people put into it is crazy.
Bro, like tortellini, pierogies.
Yeah, yeah. Every booth, you go to Indian booth, you go to Jamaican booth, you go to Serbian booth.
Well, we had like 2,100 kids in my high school.
Lord have mercy.
So you bet there was like multicultural food.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was so good.
Fuck, you go to Japanese,
but it's like, Korean. And as you get older, that shit dissipates. Yeah. That communal sense of like togetherness and being united.
Because it's cap.
Yeah.
Because like no, I'm not saying the idea of being united and everything is cap, but it's like the idea that they preach here is cap.
That's like, and that's the topic we got into.
Yeah.
We're more people gatekeep too much, I think, as opposed to being inviting.
Keep going.
I mean, okay, yes, there's that topic of like systematic oppression, racism, stuff like that. Yeah. It's apparent in Toronto. It's not potent, but it's definitely apparent.
It's very noticeable.
And that's also stops people from like reaching out to other communities and letting people do the cookout. And
hey, bro, my cookout. There's a plate for everybody at my cookout. As long as you pass the vibe check, But like, the reason why I want to talk about, because like I've been saying this for a very very long time.
It's also because it's a capitalistic city.
Absolutely.
Or society, so
Absolutely.
it's like everyone's for themselves. Oh, we talked about this before the camera started rolling. Everyone wants to be a main character.
Yeah.
Without being inclusive.
Yeah. Which is bullshit.
So it's like if you're about like spending time with a bunch of people, connecting with others, like, and I'm sure there are people. I'm not saying there isn't, but it's not concentrated enough for the whole populace to enjoy. It's very, very like small, which is fine. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I wish it was more. But at the same time, there's like people like me who, I'm not saying I'm out here trying to connect with other people because that's not just my prerogative. Like that's just not what I'm trying to do in life. Not that sounds bad. I'm saying my hobbies are at home. I draw. You know what I mean? Like I'm a designer. My hobbies and my grind and my peace of mind is in a small space where I can self-express myself. But I should get out more. Like everyone touch grass.
No, for sure. It's just like.
But it's hard when you're trying to grind for work. Like.
Bro, trust me. I've been saying this.
Go off, King. Go off, King. Let me hear it. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Please.
No, because it's like, look. If there's one thing I've noticed about Canada and America, Americans are more unified than Canadians. For obvious reasons.
Even though they're also divided, but yes.
Yeah, literally they're divided, right? But they can still bridge that gap and connect with other people a lot easier than when you come here.
There's also more of them.
Definitely. It's still harder there because, like, at the end of the day, you're still going to have, like, all the bullshit-ass people around, right? But, like, there's more people there that you can actually connect with and possibly create groups where you can bring in more people like-minded and actually, like, flourish and go further than going by yourself. That's kind of what I'm kind of create here with the podcast. Like, when because I'm trying to do a barbecue, when I'm doing that barbecue, like, everyone that's been on and everyone that I'm going to bring on or anybody that I would want to see on, like, I would invite them to the barbecue just,
right.
And then, like, I would have
bring their own food, like cultural food.
Exactly, like, literally, like, a potluck, literally. And then, like, I want to also vlog it and also have a nice little sit down with as many people as possible and have an episode there on the patio.
It's more like a cut.
Yeah. Like, I feel like for that day, I'll be filming at least, like, 4 or 5 different things. Because, of course, I'm running Domino's. Okay.
Bro, I'm a Domino's. I love Domino's.
Okay.
I love Domino's.
Okay. So, definitely Domino's. I would have the camera rolling there. Because, like, you have some good conversations when you're playing Domino's.
The truth comes out.
Oh, absolutely. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking shit. Okay, I'm talking shit.
I see your 2 6s and I raise you. I raise you.
So Domino's is one. Having a couple guys with a couple beers by the barbecue, that's easily more content right there. Like, I wouldn't say they're like complete episodes, but like mini sessions.
Mini segments is fine.
Like, right? Like, and then I would treat them as episodes and upload them weekly because I only upload weekly for now. People's been telling me I should be uploading more. I'm like, I don't have. First of all, it's hard to get everyone together. As you can see for today, there's supposed to be more people. But
that's fine. I showed up.
There you go, which is great, and I appreciate it. You got your plate.
I'm invited to the cookout.
Yeah, there you go. You already passed a vibe check a long time ago. Don't even get it twisted, bro. Don't get it twisted.
That's us, baby.
Exactly. So, like, then, like, a couple guys by the barbecue, just, like, film a little session there. Then everyone have to sit down for the overall, like, crowd on the patio, just, like...
With a plate of food.
Like, literally plate of food, and we're just, like, chilling, chatting, vibing.
Oh, I finally had Haka for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. It's so addicting.
It's good.
Because I've been meaning to have it. I just haven't gone out of my way to finally have it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm the most cultural palate, but I grew up, like, really picky. Like, I was just super picky, and then as I got older, obviously, my palate expanded. But I've finally had Haka, as I've been meaning to try it. God, it was so good. Because we were at
What's her name?
Yeah. The restaurant owner.
Yeah. Oh, you went there?
No, they gave us food.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. They brought out food.
Oh my God, it was so good.
It was good. Those wings were good.
I wish they were a little bit more spicy. But
that's fine. It's fine. Cause,
I think he probably didn't know our spice tolerance. So
yeah.
Spicy food.
Don't worry. Like, you see me, just,
Yeah.
hook me up. You know what I'm saying? But no, as long as you had, like,
Zoom into your face.
as long as you had Jamaican food, I'm cool. with whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because if you did it, like, I'll get you a plate right now.
We not have that.
Yeah, we not have that.
No oxtail.
A lie? But, like, that's 3. So, like, so many things I can do. Like, I can have, like, an outside session, like, by over there, like, where everyone's smoking, because you're not smoking on.
No. Oh, it'd be so funny if you brought the table in the middle of the street.
A lie?
And the wind is blowing. Someone's holding the table down.
But, like, the amount of things I can film that day would be, like, bonkers, you know? Because, like, I have a 2 barbecue set up. So I have one barbecue set up, like, this way, and I have another one on the side set up this way. And they're side by side, you know? So having both barbecues going on like that, and then having a nice conversation, couple beers, couple people around.
Everyone rotating, like, making their own food. Like,
yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Like, that would be great. I want to do that.
I could bring some good Filipino food, too, because my stepfamily's Filipino.
Right.
So I'm down to bring Italian food and Filipino food.
There you go. What the heck? Like, I want to actually do this potluck, bro. Fuck. And it's going to be like...
That's going to be like an organization.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be an organization.
I'm trying to plan it from now, so I can give everyone, like, a month in advance.
Like a Saturday on a long weekend?
The long weekend, so like August, 6th or 7th, the Monday? Because like Caravana's August 5th on a Saturday.
What's the holiday?
I have no idea. I just heard it was a holiday, so I'm just going to go with it. Okay? Because the holiday's on a Monday, so like, pull up for the barbecue. What?
Yeah.
What? That'll be easy. But like, I want to do that, but like, that's how I would bridge the gap for myself. Because I want to reach out to other people and like get to know more people and just like, just progress further and further in life, because you need a network at the end of the day, especially for me, because I graduated for advertising, marketing, communications at Sheridan College. Shout out. But like,
you at Sheridan? I was at the trade school.
Yeah, that's home, bro. That's home. I ain't gonna hold you.
How was your experience at Sheridan?
It was great. It was great. Nah, cause like,
most people don't like school, so that's good. No,
that's fair. I understand why, but like, here's the thing though, because I got involved. Because I worked on campus, I got to appreciate it more. So when I hear people say like, "Oh, I don't have time for sharing. I don't care about sharing," I'm like, "Bro, you just simply do not get involved." I get it why, because you're busy. They had a job opportunity, so I took the job opportunity, and I worked there for 2 years, 2 different positions, and it was a whole vibe. Like I liked it, you know. So that's home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you had a good experience.
Like it just worked out well because like the job that I did required aspects of my program, and I would utilize the aspects from my program with the job hand in hand, like back and back. Because as I'm learning, I'm literally doing. So it's like a win-win. So
you got paid to learn.
Exactly. So the fact that I don't have a fucking marketing job right now is crazy.
That's hilarious.
But like, I find creative ways to bridge gaps. So like, for graphic design, because I do graphic design as well. Like I do sometimes I do free work, just to, like, you know, create like a connect.
That's another topic. Like that's a whole other topic with like artistry and graphic design. Like sometimes, unfortunately,
you have to do free.
There is some free work that's going to be done. And I've talked to like now that I'm starting the art journey.
Yeah.
I know once I get to a point where I get off, because I haven't drawn in a while.
Yeah.
Once I de-rust, I know for a fact most of the first little bit of my portfolio building is going to be free for not only myself but for other people, because it's going to give me content. Like if hey, what would you like drawing? Oh, can you draw me this panel from this manga in your own style? Absolutely. Because it's just going to go to my portfolio until I'm starting to until I have a clientele, right? So you're going to have to do when you're building your own business and your own stuff. You're gonna have to do free work.
No, absolutely.
Because the work it's rewarding portfolio wise.
Yeah.
Not monetary wise.
No.
Which is why I transitioned to it, because I'm chasing fulfillment now.
No, absolutely.
Because in 10 years I want to be the sickest artist ever.
As you should.
Possible.
As you should.
That I can be. So that's gonna be so much more fulfilling, because I'm gonna do work for not only my friends and then the monetary value hits, and then it's your job.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you're thinking about as well with
absolutely.
Everything else, right?
Like I've done a couple graphics for different clothing companies.
Cadence. Plug.
Facts. This is one of them. This is my Black History Month one.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I call.
You gotta give me one of those.
No, for real. I call this one Mother Nature. Black
that
girl.
Mother Nature. Okay.
Black girl. The afro. The moon is the afro. A lot of people don't notice that, but when I explain it, they see it right away. I've only had a couple people notice it, but basically it's just like Mother Nature. A black woman with an afro, and the moon is the afro.
You know what it remind me of?
What?
When Sokka dated the girl was the moon. That's rough, buddy.
But yeah, I have a couple fire art pieces that I put together myself, and sometimes I have to give those out for free just to like bridge a gap and like get more work.
You gotta give me one of those. I would love to rep that.
No, that'll be fine. There's a little message on the back as well. I don't know if you saw it. It's just a quote from Malcolm X about black women. So of course, Black history is important. So
absolutely,
I'm probably gonna release them for February.
Bro, you guys should have March. Fuck February. You guys should have March. That's my month.
Hey, bro, you're not the only one saying that. Yeah. It makes more sense because spring. I feel like Black history goes hand in hand with spring more than February, or March more than February, because like that's when spring starts, and spring is an important time because it's like. For a lot of people, that's considered New Year because that's when the ice melts and then the trees are sprouting, flowers are blooming, all that.
That'd be better, like symbolically, for sure.
Exactly,
yeah,
right?
I agree.
Like a lot of people say that, but like I don't want to get too much into that because it's a heavy subject for some people. So
talk your shit, bro. It's your show.
Nah, I keep it neutral for now until we actually get into the nitty gritty. But that's later on. We're trying to build here first, like I said. So I want as I meet people that are interested to come on like you, like I'll bring them in, have a nice little conversation. And
then you can start asking the hard questions like later.
Absolutely, but like I don't want to like force the questions down your throat. Pause, because that's crazy. Hey, I'm pausing myself. Okay.
Resume. I'm thirsty. And not the good kind.
But yeah, like, those are the things I want to do for this. I know it's going to take time, especially to get, like, subscribers and all that on YouTube. I think I'm up, like, what? I think I'm up to, like, 27 subscribers.
I'm around that same number.
But it's good because, like, I went from, like, 0 to 27. That's a classroom, you know?
That's a topic. That is a topic. Because when you get into, like, creators and people get so obsessed with numbers, as they should to a degree. Yeah. I think, obviously, numbers are important for growth, sponsorships, money. Like, obviously, that is the goal, right?
Of course.
I hate when people... I hate when, like, a lot of, like... coming from the streaming space, I hate when streamers are like, oh, like, I'm just trying to, money isn't, like, whatever, and it's like... But then they're chasing, like, the monetary value of it and, like, numbers and stuff. So, obviously, you care about the money. Like... Say it with your chest. You obviously care, which is fine. I think you should care. If you want to make it your full-time gig, you should care. Yeah. And that's fine. Yeah. I think the mentality of, like, especially if you want it to be a job, you have to, like, push yourself. That's fine. I hate when, like you said, the classroom. Yeah. 27 people. That's a classroom. Yeah. That's paying attention to you. Exactly. When you hit 1,000 people, that's like a little stadium. Yeah, that's an auditorium. That's
the high school.
That's a high school auditorium.
Literally, yeah.
Exactly. So I think little W's like that, like. Man, I didn't push like super heavy on TikTok. Yeah. But I started from 0.
I never done TikTok yet. This is me without.
I gotta show you the editing stuff. And I think you have because you're so dedicated to this. Yeah. You'll have a lot of like funny moments where. The pause, right?
Buddy.
Right? I think we can talk about it because
the shit that I upload on Instagram, that
gotta do it in like little 30-second clips and stuff. Anyway, yeah. But like then when you get up to like 50,000 people, it's a whole fucking stadium.
I know.
Right? So I think people get too don't know what the numbers actually mean when it translates to a group of like.
I've already figured it out because it's quite simple. Because like. It's milestones. Basically, you're setting like personal milestones.
So a lot of people on TikTok. That's 250 people that care.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking people.
Bless you all, by the way. Thank you so much.
That's literally like what? That's probably like a full grade 4 group of kids at a elementary school.
Bro, as soon as I posted the first photo, my first drawing. Yeah. Now that I'm transitioning to artistry. 15 followers instantly. Yeah. Like, that means a lot to me.
Absolutely. That's half a classroom.
Exactly. That's like 15... that's 15 people that believe that you can do something. Now, it's up to you at this point, right? It's up to yourself.
It's about how you set your milestones. Because, like, first you got to understand milestones in general.
Continue. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But you got to first understand your milestones. And then once you understand them, you start to set them. Like, first you start with, like, 5 people. All right, that's like what? a fifth of a classroom or like a sixth of a classroom.
5 people. That's my automotive design class.
Yeah,
It's 6 people. That's
there you
that's
go.
a small college class.
Yeah, and if you can get all those people in your class, that boom, right there, easy. You know, like easy, like promo, easy, like word of mouth. Just like that. Then you keep moving up the chart, and you're like, okay, look, boom, I want to hit this now. Like for me, for example, like I'm also paying attention to my Instagram like followers now, because I know a lot of people are iffy about the followers. Like, oh, you shouldn't care about your followers too much.
To a degree.
No, which is fair, but I understand that if the higher follower count that you have is the easier people will listen to you.
But it's also when it comes to like analytics, when you have the most traffic, that's when you should post, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like you should. I think the best way to engage with, coming from like someone who's obviously a small creator too. Yeah. I think paying attention when they're most engaged is the important part. Yeah. Because like for example, my TikTok analytics would show, oh, most of your audience is engaged at 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So I'm not gonna post a post at 2 p.m. Right? I'm not going to. That's just silly. They want it. If these people are following me and they want to see my content, I'm gonna give it to them when they want it. Like,
yeah, it just makes sense.
I'll post it at 9 p.m. So or 9:30. By the time they get on at 10 p.m., they're gonna see it, right?
Because like me personally, I wasn't always that person that really paid attention to followers and shit, right? Because I'm just here. But now that I have a purpose, like I'm really paying attention. I still got to set my milestones.
Because you want to give the people what they want.
Absolutely. Right? So like for me, for example, I started setting my milestones around like, because I got hacked. I got hacked twice, and that pissed me off.
Oh, I saw that.
So I got to start from like the ground up again. So I got back like what, my 200 something followers, and then I started setting a milestone. Like, okay, cool, I'm at 200. Let's aim for 250. Hit 250, cool. 300, 350, 400, 450. I'm at 500 right now. Now I'm aiming for 550.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
I know.
That's a lot of fucking people.
Trust me, I know. I'm trying to climb up to 1,000.
Yeah,
of course.
I hear. I think when I started making content, I was like in the low 400s. Now I'm at, mind you, Instagram bots are fucking through the roof.
I know.
But I'm at like 650 now.
Yeah.
And that's like new fans, old fans, bots.
Yeah.
Like
people that you just meet and just like, yo, give me your Instagram type shit, you know?
People I met at the last little barbecue we went to.
Yeah, there you go. Just like that. Easy. It's real easy. Like, just like, of course you gotta put yourself out there a little bit. Like, for me, like, I have the podcast. That's me putting myself out a lot. I never thought I'd be doing that too, because, like, I've always had the idea of doing a podcast. I never thought I could bring it to life, because it's hard to get people to come over. But once I got people coming here, it just, things made more sense.
Read One Piece. Read One Piece.
Watch One Piece.
Watch or read it. Either one.
Watch One Piece, because if you're watching, we're almost there.
We're almost at the moment.
We're almost at the moment, and it's a big fucking moment.
It only took 25 years.
Buddy, Zunisha just showed up, so we're almost there.
That's my guy.
For real.
That's my guy.
Holy.
Joyous boys.
Oh, we're almost there, bro. Oh, I can't fucking wait.
That's a moment.
Because I was reading the manga at the time for that one.
Even when I hit that, I was like, and I think I hit it a year after it came out. Yeah. That was lit. Because I only started reading it last year.
Bro.
And now I'm like, yo, this guy needs to get his eye surgery done so produce content. Because it's now drip feed. And I'm hooked. Anyone got any One Piece? You got that One Piece? You got that One Piece chapter? Got that One Piece? Oh my god. Yo, you got that gum gum?
Hey, you know what? Alright, just to get off like the milestone shit, like I understand, like you just gotta understand what milestones are and knowing how to set them and actually achieving them. That's it, right? That's the main thing when it comes to doing this shit.
What I've learned from making content, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't showed anyone this because I think there's another topic of like how many goals, you should set goals for yourself and then not show a lot of people because depending on who you are, when you tend to talk about it too much, at least for me, I become less committed to them. So I've drip feed some people my goals just because I don't want to give it all away, but I've written down short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. And then I'll hit them as I go because I keeping it in gives me that energy to start producing it for myself. That's
the thing though, because like a lot, like the more you talk is the less likely you're actually going to achieve your goals. Yeah. You know, so like
also people like doubt you less too.
That too, because
shouldn't matter, but that's also.
But the reality is, like, especially living in Canada, like North America in general, like people that see you not hitting your goals will just like look at you and be like, all right, cool. You know, a lot of times it's not your fault though.
No. So, but that's another thing. All you can do is keep doing you.
Yeah.
Produce whatever you want to produce because you have to. I mean that I don't know if are you a fan of Black or Six Lack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
absolutely.
like that one segment before his like one of his songs, I can't remember what song it is, but he talks about like how he's like, yo, I don't want to be that guy who just produces a viral song and then I have to keep producing that viral content. I want to just do me, and if people like it, they'll like it.
And people love his music because
Exactly.
he's just
Because
doing
he's just
himself.
Yes, exactly.
First of all, he's a great singer. He has great songs that deliver a great vibe. The last album
I think he's a good writer.
Definitely a good writer. The last album he put out was fire. And, like, overall, he can freestyle, and he's good at it. Like, he's good at what he does. So...
I think, because I was in my, like, that listen to, like, a lot of sad boy music and type of stuff, which is fine. I mean...
Yeah. Everyone has their own, like, you know...
And he came around that time, and I was like, yo, this is lit.
I know.
And I love that, like, very black and gray aesthetic that he had going on with his album stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's a vibe, man. He's good.
For real. But yeah, just to get off that, like, I want to talk about that One Piece Netflix, you know...
I don't have much time, but like 10.
It could be the last topic. It's last topic.
I'm just letting you know.
No, of course.
One Piece trailer. Thoughts?
What do you think?
What do I think? Just corny. Like, I think it's gonna be good for the kids to get into One Piece. I think but at the same time, it's my opinion with live actions. I just think it should just stay animated. The raw authenticity, the emotions, like I think it gets overshadowed by. The cast is going to do a great job, and I think showing how diverse that cast is great. The scenery looked really cool, but I have a problem with over enunciation of words and overacting, and to me it becomes less impactful. That's it. That's all I got. I don't think I have to go there.
I got two reviews.
Go off, King.
All right, so here's the thing. So I understand both sides. I understand being in the One Piece community, and I understand being outside the One Piece community because I have friends that are on both sides. I have friends that haven't watched, but they want to watch. They don't have time to watch. But when they do watch, you know what I mean? And then I have friends that do watch, and they're just looking at the trailer like, this is shit.
Garbanzo beans.
Like, people that really follow One Piece are all saying this shit is the 10-pack of ass. Like, is bad. Like, it doesn't look good. Like the visuals look good. Seeing all the sea monsters and shit, it doesn't look bad. It's pretty good CG.
The CG looks pretty good. The scenery, the set
is
the scenery
amazing.
Costumes, not bad.
They got the costumes pretty right. Luffy looks like Luffy
because they have to look basic enough where they can just throw it around everywhere.
Yeah,
I think they're fine.
I think the best character that I've seen from the trailer,
Zoro.
Yeah,
Zoro's gonna carry the show like he carried the anime for the first bit.
Yeah, that's what. Out of everyone, Zoro is the one that actually looks right. And that little
looks the best.
The little quick scene that they gave him with his swords, I'm like, yeah, you got the right one.
Yeah, it's good. No, he looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of them per se look bad.
No, but
I just think Zoro looks great.
Yeah. See, like when I'm watching the trailer, my head's going everywhere because I'm trying to remember everything from the pre-time skip, right? See, here's my issue with the oh my. Here's the thing though. For me, watching One Piece, I always watched it subbed.
Okay.
Right? With English subtitles. I've watched means I've just watched the Japanese version, not the English version. When I hear gum gum, I'm like, no. No. It's gum gum no. Okay. Get it right.
Well, when the Japanese voice acting gets dubbed over it, it's gonna sound so sick.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I forgot about that. I forgot they would have to dub it for other countries.
That's just my issue with like English voice acting when it comes to anime overall.
It's over the top.
It's overdone. It needs to be more. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's not gradual and smooth. It's over enunciation and
doing too much, man. That's why I don't like.
And they can be good at their job. I'm not saying they're bad.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to project your voice in a manner that's digestible to a lot of people, but it's just it's almost too much.
Here's the thing, my personal opinion, I think the best dub to this day is still Dragon Ball Z, because that dub was it was easy.
I think they had the voice actors just
It was
Chris Sabat
easy.
and Sean Schemmel are just beasts.
It was easy,
And Krillin's,
bro.
I don't know, I forget his name, but
yeah, but like
Krillin's voice actor's also
back
really good.
then, like looking at that time period and looking at Dragon
Team
Ball,
Gohan, Trunks,
like literally looking at that as a whole, like it was easy and it was fun to watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, it
we
was
also grew up
good.
with it, so there's a little bit of bias with that too, for sure.
Yeah.
I think Full Metal has a really good dub.
No, of course.
Naruto has a decent dub.
It's alright.
Um,
It's just there's some characters in there. It's just
Death Note's dub is decent.
Yeah.
And you know what? Oddly, I watched it because I heard it won awards,
Mm.
so I watched it in dub. Erased.
Mm.
That was a good one as well.
Another
It
one
was
I would
well
say,
deserved of the awards, I think.
Another one I would say, but a lot of people don't know, is Zatch Bell had a good dub.
Bell's a king.
Yeah, that was.
Zatch Bell's goated, dude.
People
Classic.
forgot. I think they gotta bring it back.
We talked about it on my podcast
Bro,
not that long ago.
I
actually.
think it should be brought back, like rebooted,
Like continuation,
continuation or reboot, whatever. Because
Like
it had the potential to have the greatest story. Because first, like if you finish the series fully after everything that happened,
I think I got like 3/4 of the way through it.
I finished it. So like the ending was great. It was just rushed.
Mm.
And at the end, like some of the voice actors left, so you can see the change in voices and shit, right?
Okay.
Because it was falling apart. It was canceled.
Mm.
I don't know why.
That's ass.
Because that shit was good.
It was in that area. It was in that era of like monsters fighting like Digimon, Pokemon.
Yeah, but
fighting
like
monsters type
they
thing.
made it work because they
Metabots.
had this bro.
I have 2 models I have to build.
Metabots, bro. That's a classic. YTV classic.
Metabi, Rakusho,
Yeah.
a Blue Beetle,
Yeah.
Mega Emperor.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Metabots was so sick.
It was no, watching that back then was top tier. I
Yeah,
know
it
it
was
was
so
fun
sick.
to watch. Season 1 and 2.
Gecko Metabi!
And then like they had when they first introduced the Metaforce and shit, bro.
Bro, that as
changed
a
it.
kid,
That changed
you're,
it.
like, you're watching the TV like, no.
He's like, he's going Super Saiyan, bro.
Yo, what the fuck?
Machines can do this too.
And that's for that time, like the
Yeah.
90s.
It was a good time.
There's so like Super Saiyan, Warp Digivolve, Metaforce,
Yeah.
all these like ultimate transformations
Yeah.
hit us so hard when we were kids.
No, absolutely, because they made it work.
Yeah.
And when they do it now, it's just too much.
It was simple. It was a lot simple.
It was so
Even
much
One
simpler
Piece
back
does it
then.
like rather simple too, right?
Which is at times. There's some characters where it's like
Even the gear
you
system, it's
I love the gear
because
system.
because it's simple. It's simple because it takes so long to get there.
I love the gear system.
I think it's sick.
I'm just wondering how they're gonna do it in the live action. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna fuck it up, and you know it.
Oh, one of the coolest things that I love about One Piece is how it connects real life stuff with whatever they do in the show. So like, Gear 2,
Yeah.
Gear 2 is just blood doping.
I know.
Which is to me when I first found out I was like, yo, that's crazy sick.
Yeah.
That's such a because it's a small detail, but
Yeah.
it's done so well and
Yeah.
articulated so well in the show.
Yeah.
Gear,
Gear 3 kind of makes sense though, because if you're reading the manga,
well, I mean everything. I think everything that Luffy does makes sense once you get past 1-0.
Yeah. After
Because you're like, why? Because one thing I noticed about One Piece that doesn't get talked about a lot is the, how do I put this? In other shows, like Dragon Ball, for example, you know what attacks everyone has.
Yeah.
Right? But in One Piece, that's not a thing. But it gets explained later as to why that is. But you don't know watching. You're just thinking, like, this is some, like,
bullshit.
Ass pulling.
It's
Like,
literally-
where did he pull Purgatory from?
It's like fucking, when people talk about Demon Slayer, like, where is this shit coming from? A lot of the times.
Wait,
That's a whole other topic.
Oh,
But
my God.
I would save that for another day.
Yeah.
I'll get you back here for that one. Don't worry. But, like...
Which I don't think Demon Slayer is bad.
It's
It's
great. It's one of the greats right now. It's so...
In terms of the show, absolutely.
It's so good.
I do have problems with it, though.
That's completely fair. Also have the fucking author to blame. So.
The show by itself, really good.
Fire.
Really
it's
good.
fire. But,
Yeah.
like... It's just like...
Ufotable is killing it.
Mhm.
Ufotable was killing it. That movie topped the charts like crazy.
Yeah. Damn, but no, One Piece, I'm worried about the season, because, like... A lot of people are already talking about season 2. Because they're supposed to bring in, like, Chopper and all that after... And all that shit.
I don't know.
God knows what the hell they're going to do for Chopper. They're literally going to have, like, a little, like, fucking Pokemon running around and shit with a big-ass hat.
Like Ash's hat.
Yeah, literally, like...
The problem with live action that I'm worried about I don't care if the voice acting's that bad as if they get the content correct.
Yeah.
But what I care about is them cutting corners on content, which I think they're gonna do. So.
Oh, they have to. There's so much for One Piece.
Then why start it?
Bro, like look what they're doing in the trailer already. I'm like, wait, Sanji's there already?
You know, if Oda's happy, I'll be happy.
Who's the villain? They can't have one villain.
Probably. What if they start with Barati? Because I saw Barati in the trailer.
Yeah, like, you can't have one villain though, bro. There's like through like having after seeing Sanji in it, I'm like, bro, that's like 6 different
First
villains
season might
already.
be all of East Blue. Because I think what they might do, prediction, is they'll cut corners to show the hype moments, just to appease like the audience. They won't tell the full story, because Arlong Park's
I don't
amazing.
like that. You need to tell the full story for One Piece for people. No, it's fair, but like if they do go down that route, you need to tell the full story of One Piece for people to understand this.
Also, to your point about people not having time to watch One Piece,
Yeah,
those episodes, because it's live action, are going to be 40 minutes long.
I know. They have to be. They can't be 30.
No.
They can't, or not even 30.
But
it's realistically 21.
If they do 12 episodes a season, let's say, and 40 minutes long, that's a lot of content. 40 minutes long for 12 episodes?
No, you're right.
That's a lot.
You're right. You're absolutely right, but
That's
it
a lot.
has to be that long.
Yeah.
Maybe longer. It could be like 50 minutes.
We'll see.
Like,
We'll see.
but if I start this episode and I see 21 or 25, I'm mad. I'm gonna be fucking mad.
Yeah.
Like, that's not enough.
No, that's not. Oh,
No.
Okay. I wanted to ask you. How long do you think One Piece has before it's finished? Manga-wise. My boys and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you.
Because
How many years?
Because they're right now in between arcs, right?
They're at the end of Egg.
Because they're supposed to go into the last big arc.
They're in the last saga.
Oh, they're in the last saga right now.
But how long that's gonna be is
It's gonna take at least 2-3 years.
So my boys and I have talked about this.
What?
And we've gone over everything they still need to cover.
Yeah.
5 years is generous.
Serious.
5 is generous because of how long things take to flesh out.
Yeah.
40 chapters a year, roughly. How long was Wano? 160 chapters. Took 4 years. With how much shit they still have,
right.
5 is so generous.
You're fucking right.
7, doable. But I think it's going to be 10. Floridian Triangle.
What piece
Elbaf.
Oh my
Spoilers. Elbaf. Floridian Triangle.
Yeah.
The next big war.
Yeah. That's it, no?
La Luna.
Oh. Fuck.
Eminem. I'm trying to not give too much spoilers,
I know.
Laughing.
Yeah.
The New Knights.
Yeah.
And Valley of the Gods.
Yeah.
and Pebbles.
For fuck's sake, man. No.
That's why I think 5 is generous. I probably missed some shit.
No.
I probably missed some shit.
I think it's gonna be a decade. I ain't gonna hold you. Because they're not gonna.
He could snowball. There's parts of it that could be snowball.
Yeah.
However, that's probably 7 years. Right?
Bro, at least my honest opinion, I'd say at least 7 to 10. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that's I said 7. 5 is generous.
Yeah.
7 seems more applicable, or plausible, but 10 is realistic.
The one thing Oda cannot do is rush this shit. If he rushes it, we're fucked. All that for nothing.
That was my fear too. Then I looked at how old he was.
Mm.
He's only 48.
Mm.
We got time.
No, we got time. But that surgery,
bro, I'm gonna be fucking 40 when he's done.
I know.
You know, I feel, not to get sour, but before I go, I feel bad for the people who won't live to see the end of One Piece. I'm gonna try my best to live. That's why I'm drinking more water. Because I want to be so I want to be alive as fuck for this shit.
The end of One Piece.
And I didn't grow up with it. I watched the first season when I was a kid. And I don't know shit about it. I watched my 4 Kids opening when Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh gives us the intro. Did you know that? I was like, yo, what is Kaiba giving us the One Piece intro for? Cold Roger was the king of the... I'm like, yo, why are you summoning Blue Eyes My Dragon?
Wrong series.
I'm like, what the hell? Bro, didn't you get Exodian?
I ain't gonna lie. Watching the 4 Kids version...
Yo.
Listen, as a kid, I kind of liked the rap. I ain't gonna hold you.
I like it.
I like the rap. I like to rap. It was fun, you know. It was something.
Sanji's cooking. Chopper's doctor. It was so bad. It was so good.
That one part is like yo ho ho. He took a bite of gum. Oh my god, that shit was a mess.
As a kid, it was like the poker rap.
I know.
Same energy. Same energy.
But it worked. It wasn't bad. Like, it was just annoying at times because you have to hear it for every episode.
I agree.
But it wasn't bad. But it looks like we got to the end of this episode with you.
Unfortunately, I have to go a little early.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Pleasure having me.
Of course, bro. You know the vibe. That's been another episode of the Match My Energy podcast. I'm Randy.
RJ.
It's just a whole vibe here, bro. Like I said, I'm going to bring in more people, all that shit, yada, yada, yada. But hey, this is what we do here. We just have fun conversations and drink lots of water.
Drink your water, kids.
Of course. All right, guys. Take care. That's it.
Oh, that would have been so sick.
It's okay. It's okay. You'll get it next time.
Like that video of the job interview. Did we special talents?
Oh, yeah. With King Vader?
Oh, my God. That was so funny. One of my favorite videos.
Fucking classics, bro.